Hey guys, welcome to Basic Notions for Non-AV Geeks. And today we are on my second episode of those number questions that we've got in aviation, and I am right now flying the Queen of the Skies out of Recipe. And we are pretty much departing already, and as we can see, we've got gears. All aircrafts that operate on ground have gears, and right after liftoff, most of the aircrafts just hide those gears. Look, and we are hiding those big boys there, and the aircraft suddenly more silent from the outside and from the inside as well. So what the heck's happening? So basically, gears, they just solely work when you are in ground. For most aircrafts that fly high and fast, such as the 747, that flies at a normal cruising altitude of 36,000 feet and at Mach 0.5, that is 850 kilometers an hour. Just for your information, uh, that is real fast, and you need to have less drag as possible. The little drag as possible is recommended, and that's why we hide those big wheels that the 747 has got. For example. That's why we've got the flap track fairings that they are referred as flap canoes, because they hide the intricate system of flaps purely for aerodynamics. That's why we've got like the shape of the aircraft generating lift and less drag. That's why loads of things on the aircraft are designed for less drag. And that's one of the things about the gears. Because, for example, if we are flying with the gears down, okay, we are too fast for that apparently. So we'll need to reduce speed. And there you go. If we are flying with gears down, first of all, we can't get up to speed. And second of all, look at all these structures here. Look at all these walls of drag that we've got suddenly on our aircraft. How much drag it is created by just some metal things that make the aircraft don't go hard into the ground. Look at that. It's just impossible to fly high and at speeds. Look. Our speed limit is 310 knots, but we can't go above 280, 290 knots here. That's how fast or how much speed we are losing it at 6,000 feet. And second of all, that's just not economic enough. Like, you will be flying full speeds, full throttle to get to certain limited speeds, and you have more drag, so the aircraft flies lower and lower. More fuel used. So let's suppose 747 takes up to 100 tons of fuel when flying from, let's say, Miami to Frankfurt. I'm just making up numbers, okay? Now, normal conditions, if it is flying with gears down, will take up to, I don't know, double the fuel amount. So that's why we fly with the gears up, so it can fly high and fast and not use so much fuel, and as well as less noise. If we come to the airport, or if we are inside an aircraft, next time you go inside an aircraft, pay attention. When you're flying high, or right after departure when the gears are already up, the aircraft's pretty much silent. And when you are descending into our destination and on final approach when the gears are lowered back, so you can land. The aircraft will get way much louder. And that's the same thing for the exterior. If you're flying 787, the 787 engines are very much quiet. They are very shut up. You tell them shut up and they will shut up. Um, and so what happens if with the 787 is that they are very much quiet. And when I lower the gears for landing, it will get so loud, but so loud, you won't even know how quiet is the bird. Okay, you can hear the bird when it is with the gears up or flaps up, but when you lower those, it will get very much loud because of the drag. And like, some aircrafts don't lower their gears, so stand by for that. And here we are at the Cirrus jet, on the Cirrus SR-22. And as we can see, it doesn't have the gear movement that we've got at the 74s or any big jet for measure sake today. And here we are on this very small aircraft for sure, and we don't lower or raise the gears on this jet, on this prop aircraft. We just fly like that, and that is a normal cruising altitude for it, 10,000 to 9,000 feet at 140 knots. That is pretty normal for it, and its efficiency is not even affected. That's because it doesn't fly fast and high, so it can deal with drag really, really well. So what they do is, instead of paying up loads of money to make a retractable gear system, because systems for gear retraction are really expensive, they just use these little aerodynamic canoes around the gears instead of the flight track fairings, and they just shrug it off and deal with that, fly with that, because it is not that expensive. When you compare it to the expenses of a jet flying with gears lowered than with an expenses of a propeller aircraft flying with gears down, the difference will be very different. The jets, they fly faster and they need less drag. The fuel consumption rate will skyrocket, and then on propeller aircrafts it almost doesn't even change a lot, especially for those aircrafts that are designed to fly with the gear lowered. So yeah, that's why some aircrafts lower their gears and raise their gear. Actually, that's why some aircrafts raise their gears when they are flying and only lower them back down when landing. And most of the GA aircrafts fly with the gears stuck in the same position, fixed gears. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So the recapitulating, most aircrafts raise their gears because of physics. That's because it. Physics and costs. And most GA aircrafts just don't need that complex system because of maintenance, and costs don't even get that higher, and costs that are not that even different when flying with gears down or up. So that's pretty much it for our explanation video today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell, and I see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.